And hello there, and over the familiar tune of Newport-on-TayTV, here we are with our very first Newport-on-Tay Podcast. Yes. You've got myself here, Simon, and Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
How are you?
Hello, Simon. Hi. Hello.
That's
good.
fine. That's
Yes.
fine. Don't worry, it's going to get better as it goes along. That's how it's going to be.
Let's not get the mistake out there first.
Yeah, we're new at this, okay, but we might not just be making excuses actually, because then it won't go down. But we are here and we are live at you, ladies and gentlemen, from the brand new Newport-on-Tay Broadcasting House. That's where we're recording this. This is where it's getting broadcast from. All brand new high-tech equipment. Mark,
Good. Fresh paint.
Fresh paint. Yeah,
New
absolutely.
doorknob.
New doorknob, fresh paint, state-of-the-art equipment. For the new podcast. And the new podcast is going to be about Newport-on-Tay, of course. And if you've never been to Newport, it's in Fife, and it sits along with Wormwood in between the rail bridge and the road bridge.
Yes.
On the Tay, looking over to the very beautiful site of Dundee. So that's where we are, and that's what, and that is literally what we're going to be talking about in these podcasts. Okay, but we want to hear from you. And we'll give you all the details coming up. But yeah, Newport, Wormwood. So is it Wormwood and Newport and Wormwood?
Inverdovet, possibly.
Inverdovet, yeah, I think that's Newport and Galdry. I think Galdry falls just slightly within yeah, I think Galdry.
Well, where is the actual borders of the borough of Newport-on-Tay?
Well, I would have thought it was at the sort
find an ordnance survey map or something like that.
Yeah, maybe people could tell us. Yeah, local historians tell us where the border is.
Or an artist could do an artist impression.
Or an artist impression. Just tell us anyway. Well, you could actually email us at Newport-on-TayTV@gmail.com. That's how you're going to be able to get in touch with us. Kind of like maybe it finishes at the lay-by. Is that not a sort of no man's land between Tayport and Newport? It's
must be, yeah.
Claimed by anybody.
Who owns it, yeah.
Anybody can put a food van
we
there.
could have one of these micronations.
Yeah.
We could take it for ourselves and call it New Newport.
New Newport, yeah.
Diddy.
There's a lot of that. So Newport, yeah, we could do that. But the questions out there, ladies and gentlemen. If you know where the borders of boundaries of Newport are and you fancy telling us, tell us, okay? So we do want to hear from you in this podcast that we're doing, okay? So we want your ideas. What do you want to know about Newport? Where would you like us to go? We'll do some outside broadcasting. Who would you like us to interview? We've got an interview coming up. We could come to you if you're interesting. Well,
you've got some interesting anecdotes about Newport.
Yeah, interesting anecdotes about Newport. So that leads us on, actually, Mark, to so we'll ask a couple of questions today. And I think because we're kind of new at this podcast thing, I think a kind of basic question was, who is our furthest away listener? If you think you are our furthest away listener, let us know. Okay, and
how would you do that?
You can email us at Newport-on-TayTV@gmail.com. That's how you do it. Or you could go to our Facebook page, which is Newport-on-Tay News, and make a comment on that if you want as well.
Yeah,
that's another way to do it. Or you can go to our Pick a Day for Newport-on-Tay on Instagram. So we're all over the place actually. But Newport-on-TayTV@gmail.com. You could tell us if you think you're the furthest away. I wonder how far they'll be.
Sky's the limit.
Well, yeah.
Possibly.
Well, I mean, this could potentially be listened to by billions of people all over the world. It's available to everybody. But what if it's like Galdry? That would be a bit of a letdown.
No, Galdry's.
No, it's nice, but I mean, you don't want your furthest away further than Galdry. I think. Mind you, if you wrote in Creech. Well, that's not much further than Galdry, is it? That's literally is Galdry, isn't it? Maybe Creech. Creef would be a bit more ambitious.
Yeah.
Newborough would be good. I don't think anyone's going to go in right from Newborough to say, I think I'm your furthest away listener. Maybe. But yeah, so if you think you're the furthest away, but also most interesting really is, have you ever been to a different Newport?
No.
Have you been? There's many of them. Isn't there?
There's not many, but there's a lot.
There is a lot. There's a lot all over the world. There's actually 2 in Scotland. Why don't you tell us where the other one is? You could write in. And also, we're going to just say now, if you write in and we read your email or your suggestion or anything like that out, you get, as a prize, a Newport-on-Tay podcast pencil.
No way.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
good. Was there wee rubber on top?
But I haven't actually ordered them yet, Mark. To be honest, you've
that's
caught me out there.
fine.
We're not really prepared that, but
That's how fresh as the show is.
That's how new we are. Completely unprepared.
Yeah.
That's how we did it. But no, it will be a pencil with a rubber on.
Yeah.
I think. And as we move on, if things get, if the podcast gets success, we might even upgrade it to a pen.
Ooh.
You might get a pen. But anyway,
A pencil sharpener.
early days, and a pencil sharpener. Well, a pencil and a pencil sharpener. Not much room, there's a pen and a pencil sharpener, but but ladies and gentlemen, we are a little bit experienced in this field because we have been to different Newports.
Yes, we have.
Mark and I, we went last year to different Newports, but I think it was the year before. We went the year before to different Newports, and we set off, and I wore a T-shirt saying, "Come and say hello to me. I'm from Newport-on-Tay," and I think it worked.
But some people did.
People did. I don't know if they were sort of feeling
There's
sorry
a few
for me.
confused people, which is always good.
Yeah, I think a few people. So, but the first one we went to, there's actually two in Wales. One of them's in Pembrokeshire, and that was absolutely gorgeous, wasn't it? It was just like a little village, and it had a tourist information centre, and it had I don't know if it had a beach. Lovely
It
beach.
didn't have any pavements.
Oh, there were narrow roads.
Yeah.
That's right. They didn't have any pavements.
You walk straight out. Yeah.
So like
A road with tractors and stuff.
Yeah, and it was heavy tractors coming down the streets with no pavements and that. I said maybe you two should have written that, where the streets have no pavements. I think that would have been a bigger hit for them.
Yeah,
if they'd done that. The streets have no pavement.
Yeah.
Mark, you can get onto that for the end of the show. We'll see what happens with that. But so the streets have no pavements. That was a big thing about there. But we just wandered about and we gave people Newport-on-Tay stickers. And I remember we got free teas and coffees.
There's an antique shop where somebody'd actually been to this Newport.
That's right. We bumped into somebody that had been to Newport-on-Tay, and I think someone else in the shop was from Broughty Ferry or something, were they not?
Yeah,
other people
was
looking
talking
around.
come over the bridge as well.
Yeah.
Lots of train stuff, and I bought a train conductor's
shirt. That's right, yeah.
For £5 Welsh.
It was a fun day.
It was.
It was absolutely a fun day. And I seem to also remember that we went into the post office, which also was a kind of tourist trinket shop. And I think she saw me coming. And I was like, because my goodness me, every time I said, well, I'll take a Newport Pembrokeshire pad, I'll take a Newport and Pembrokeshire rubbers, and I'll take pens, and I have got a mug that I'm actually drinking out of now, a Newport mug. And every time I bought something, she just pulls something else out. Would you like a Newport sweater? I think that's about, I drew the line now. I think I spent about 50 quid in that shop on stuff from Newport. But
welcome back anytime.
Newport, definitely. But it was lovely. But yeah, streets with no pavements, lovely beach, lovely shops, very friendly people.
Yeah.
We recommend it.
Oh, without doubt. Sand dunes and things.
Sand dunes, yeah. It was just lovely. But and then we went to Newport, Wales, the other Wales. Yeah. They're not the other Wales, the other Newport in Wales. We went to.
What it is actually? It's Newport, Pembrokeshire, Newport, Gwent.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a Gwent, I think.
Central. Yeah, Central.
Yeah, it's Gwent.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it Gwent? Yeah. But that was, and we must have spoken to loads of Welsh people and told them what we were doing, and every one of them said, "Don't go to Newport City."
Yeah.
Didn't they?
I thought you were going to do a Welsh accent
No.
now.
I'm not going to do my. Well, that's ridiculous. That's no. I don't want to start. But no, we loved Wales. Absolutely loved it.
Newport. We had a great time there.
We went to the city of Newport, and we researched. We went to a cafe that did the best. What's it called? Welsh Rarebit. Yeah. And we went in, sat down, got a drink, and it was good music playing in that cafe. And they'd taken it off the menu.
Yeah.
And they're saying,
we drove all the way from Newport, Scotland.
Yeah. And we said, look, if we give you a couple of stickers, Newport-on-Tay stickers, and they said, listen, and they sorted it out with 2 Welsh Rarebits, which was really nice.
Especially for us.
Especially for us, and we gave them stickers, and then we went to, which is, I think is an institution in the city of Wales, city of Newport in Wales, and that's Fannys Cafe.
Yeah.
So we went to Fannys Cafe, and we saw it was shut, wasn't it? And we walked in, and but we knocked on the door, and Fanny let us in. Yeah. And we went in, and we had a cup of tea, and she was lovely.
Free cup of tea.
And what was the other thing we got? Free lollipops, free cups of tea. And but to be fair, we gave her Newport-on-Tay stickers. You seem to remember, so they're quite valuable in themselves. But we got pictures taken with her, and she was telling us that Timmy Mallett had been in a couple of weeks before, and she took.
And I saw Timmy Mallett. No, I saw him on the bridge. I cycled past him on the bridge.
He's been in Newport.
And I'm sure Robbo said he saw him.
He did see him,
Spar.
and I ran down. I ran down to the Spa to see Timmy Mallett, and I missed him.
What would you say to him if you saw him?
Oh, whack-a-day?
Just hit him in the head with a hammer.
He probably would have hit me with an actual hammer.
Like that Father Ted thing.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been, no, it wouldn't have been happy. But he does. I think he's painted bits of Newport. I'm sure.
Right.
We'll send Timmy Mallett this podcast.
Yeah.
We'll say, Timmy, that's 5 times we've mentioned him now. So, but just so, Timmy Mallett, there's a picture of Timmy Mallett behind the counter in Fannys Cafe, and next to it now is Newport-on-Tay stickers.
Woo.
So Timmy Mallett and Newport-on-Tay, she said we've had Timmy Mallett and you guys, so I think that's a bit of an achievement, if I'm being honest with you. No, for us, to be compared to.
And it was right in the shadow of that amazing big transport bridge.
That's right, the big transport bridge was outside it, but there was bits of Newport City that did look really old.
It's pretty grimy in bits.
Yeah, but it was I loved it.
Rivers of mud.
Rivers of mud. That's it. If we go to Newport in the city, rivers of mud. But if you are ever in Newport City, do go to Fannys Cafe
Without a doubt.
and mention Newport-on-Tay. There'll be stickers behind the desk, and you might get a free cup of tea. Yeah, just mention us. Yeah, mention ours. Mark and Simon, Newport-on-Tay. I think they'll probably.
Can you remember our sign?
Or what?
Her sign outside her shop.
Her sign, yes. Well, her sign was. I tried to avoid.
Homemade banner.
A homemade banner said, "I've been to Fannys," isn't it?
Fannys open.
Fannys open. Yeah, I said. Yeah, you see, but this is all the name of a cafe, ladies and gentlemen. You have to keep remembering that. So, but if you're ever there, do go in there. But and then we went to We're going to leave it. We went to another Newport on this trip, but we're going to not talk about that because we're going to save it for the next episode. I think that's what they do in podcasts. I think they go save it for the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
That's then people will be like, wonder what Newport did they go to?
Yeah. And they can't wait till the next time.
Well, hopefully that's going to be the case anyway. So we will do another podcast, but we do need to get 25 listens to this one. That's the rather meagre target, okay?
Yeah.
So we need at least
aim low.
Aim low.
Disappoint ourselves.
Exactly. So 25 listens, I think we can get to. I mean, to be honest, mate, I'll probably listen to it 4 times.
I'll listen to it more than once.
You listen to it more than once and send it to friends and family.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably make 25. But so we want to hear from you, ladies and gentlemen. Who would you like us to interview in Newport? Would you like us to go and interview people in the shops? We'll do some historic specials. We'll definitely be doing a big rock special at one point. We'll pop into the Rio and we'll just interview interesting people. And if you've got some interesting stories about Newport, please just write into us at newportontaytv@gmail.com. And but I tell you what, Mark, do you have a little song about our wee trip to Wales? That would be nice if you had
I
one.
do actually wrote it down on a piece of paper.
You wrote it down on a piece of paper. Well, why don't I give you the bit of paper? You can sing it.
Thank you, Simon.
So we're gonna do this, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the podcast. Okay, so we'll do little songs as we go. And here's a little ditty about our trip to Wales. Leaving our home one sunny day, searching for a Newport not by the Tay. We drove right through the night, arriving in a Newport in the fresh morning light. Yay! There we go, a little song to keep us going. So, like I said, if you've got some stories about Newport-on-Tay, or you'd like to go to other Newports-on-Tay, or you've been to other Newports-on-Tay, in fact, if you've been to another Wormit, that would actually count as well, wouldn't it? I don't know if there's another Wormit.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Well, maybe some other form of Wormit, because it means like Serpent Hill or something.
Right.
So maybe another Serpent Hill in an old language.
Oh, right, okay.
Quite interesting to find out.
Yeah, it's quite a deep, Mark. Right, okay, but yeah, but mainly Newport. If you've been to another Newport, Newport-on-TayTV@gmail.com. Okay, that's where we'd like you to write. And as I said, if your name gets read out, you will get a free Newport-on-Tay pencil. Okay,
you can write letters to us. You can write pencil.
You can write. You can actually send it to PO Box Newport-on-TayTV Towers. You could do it there. So let's see if it gets there. But you would be safer just emailing it. But whatever way you want to do it. And but we're going to now break, and we're going to have our first interview of this. So we're going to interview somebody every week, okay, and somebody interesting and thingy. And this week we have the doyenne of the Rio. We've nailed Betty Martin.
Woo!
She just spoke to me a couple of days ago in the Rio. So have a wee listen, and we'll see you after this. And here we are in the Rio with Betty Martin. Hi, Betty.
Hi,
Thank you
Simon.
for joining us.
That's okay.
And
no
you're
problem.
out of one meeting, now you're meeting me, and then you've got another meeting.
After it,
it's
yes.
busy.
Yeah.
But thanks for giving us the interview, and our first one in our new podcast. And Betty's going to tell us how you got involved in the wonderful Rio.
Yeah.
So I think we're just going to have a little bit of a story about that. So you got involved in the Rio when a letter dropped through your letterbox. Is that right?
That's right.
And where did it go from there?
Well, went for there. I decided that I'd come up and see what it was all about, see what was the Rio meant to people and what it was. And I came up, and there was a few yes came that day, because seemingly the management committee were all going to resign at the one time.
Right.
So they need a new management committee, or it wouldn't be able to keep running.
Yeah.
And I felt it was worth the saving. So us and the other 3 people that came decided we'd go for it.
Yeah.
So we got our places, chairperson. Well, we didn't get chairperson at that time.
Yeah.
I was secretary at that time, but there was other people took the other posts on, and we worked it out and got the centre to get some money for a start, because it didn't have any money. So we got some money in it. We got it redecorated down the stairs, and then Mike, a new treasurer, came along, and we put in for grants for the European Commission at that time. We're giving out grants, so we put in grants to make it more accessible for disabled people, because we got the ramp put in, and we also got up the stairs done because it had been vandalised, so we got all that done, and it looked absolutely amazing. And then we opened up it to be more community spirited and more things happening, and it just seemed to happen all of a sudden. It just seemed just go for
so
good to
the
good.
late 80s, you came along. There was you. There was other people. Mike, who's still the treasurer,
still the treasurer,
and really built it up from there. Because I think before it was used for night discos. There was a bit of youth club thing going on.
That's right.
But since you've come along, it is now really an all day. It's open every day.
And it's now a proper community centre. Yeah. I think when we came along, it was more like a youth centre. Yeah. And it wasn't getting used with a bigger community. Yeah. Jim Smith had organised it to be open as a community centre. He did an amazing amount of work, but he had done it as a youth centre. So when I came, my past work was youth work. Yeah. It was community work as well. So I was a field worker in Minardi. So I thought, right, this can be an amazing community centre. So it took us a few years, but then we got that, and it's just flourishing. It's great now, and it is owned by the people in Newport and Wormit.
We want to make that point. So this isn't a council building. No, this is genuinely a place to be, in the place to be, owned by
the people of Newport and Wormit, and and it's got trustees, and it has management committee that's all volunteers. There's nobody gets paid on the management committee, or the trustees don't get paid, but they all back each other on keeping this place for the community.
And you don't get paid.
No, and I don't get paid.
That's unbelievable.
None of us
we
get
need to
paid.
clear that up, because people think you get paid. Surely she must, but you don't.
I do not get paid. None of the management committee get paid, and there's 32 volunteers work the building who don't get paid.
So, and we must say to them, we'd mention them all, but there's a bit too many. But I mean, there's absolutely loads of people, and you've got the jumble sales, they all make money. We've got Pilates are on, haven't we?
Dog training. Holiday clubs. We've got jiu-jitsu.
We've got bands coming in.
We've got Let's. It's a great place for Let's. Like Bairns birthday parties. We have loads of Bairns birthday parties coming in. And it's cheap enough for people to afford.
So if you want a party, and it is reasonable actually, and you can come and you've got the run of the place, and you can hire it. And if you want to put on a band or something like that, it's here, isn't it? And we've had some big bands here. We've had David Bowie's guitarist. We've had a Sex Pistol.
Yeah.
We've had, and we've got the Big Rock now.
Yeah.
They bring people quite regularly. So there's nights out quite a lot.
Yeah.
And they all like it.
Yeah, so lots of things to enjoy.
Yeah.
And if you have an idea and you want to come forward and put it forward, we're there to listen and we'll help with the idea.
Exactly.
And that's the best way of doing it.
So there's your invitation, everybody.
Yeah.
If you have an idea, if you want to see somebody, you want something to happen, and you think it could happen in the Rio, you just need to get in contact with the Rio, see Betty, and we'd help you. Or we'd help you, and that would be it. And you can come and get a free meal once every 4 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2
weeks. We do meals, and we do just community meals for everybody.
And it'd be quite
young
popular.
and old. Yeah, and Simon, of course, who plays.
There's a guy that comes and sings. I've heard about that. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's not bad. He's not
all right.
bad.
Is he all
He's
right?
all right. He's very good, and everybody enjoys it.
He thinks he's good anyway.
It's went for just a handful, really. Well, it's went from 19 sometimes. We're way up to 30 odd people now. So I'm worn out in that kitchen.
And they're dancing as well.
And they're dancing now.
We're doing something. Someone's doing something right anyway. So
everybody's doing something right.
So you got involved in this. So since the 80s, and now I would say it's a flourishing place. Thrift shop as well, we must mention as well. You can come in and get a bargain there. And we've gone on for what's on. And in the future, well, we're just going to keep going, isn't it? And hopefully it's going to get bigger. And if you're listening to this and you want to get involved, please do.
Pop in.
That's the thing.
See anybody that's here.
Yeah.
Any member of staff that's here or any volunteer that's here, come in and pop in and see them, because they're all open for you to put your name down to be a volunteer.
Yeah.
Even if it's an hour, half an hour, doesn't matter.
You can
just
come
pop
along.
in. Yeah.
And Betty, I mean, I was going to say, what do you do out with the Rio? Because obviously you're working as well, but you do have 4 kids, 11 grandchildren, and 6 grandchildren. So I don't know if I need to ask you what you do when you're not here, but what do you do when you're not in the Rio?
When I'm not in the Rio, I do have family, but they're grown up quite quickly, and it's nice to have family. We had a big party yesterday, and they were all there, and it was great fun. Easter, and of course we have big parties, and I have Christmas and Boxing Day in the Rio.
All right,
because I've got such a big family, I need the space.
That's handy.
So it's absolutely brilliant. So I book it every year, so nobody can have it Christmas Day or Boxing Day, because I'm in here. Christmas Day and Boxing Day.
Well, I think rightly so as well. I think
I book it for that. But no, I also run my own care business, which I like to do. And there's 5 of us in the company. It's a small company, but it runs well in Newport. People all know who we are. And we do a lot of work with that. But no, I like to do all different things. I'm always like for a new project. I love new projects.
I think that might be your problem, Betty.
Yes, it is my problem.
You like 2 projects too much.
Yes, I do. Yes.
But look, you know what? So once again, we're going to wrap it up there, because we're going to thank you for being our first guest on our first Newport-on-Tay podcast. And I think the lesson we're bringing away from there, I hope people were interested to hear what the amount of work that actually does go in. But the message is, you would like to see more people come here. Any ideas? Come and see Betty.
That's right, that's it. Or anybody at the Rio at all.
Or
anybody that's willing to chat. But thank you for inviting me to come along and chat.
Absolutely.
I'm quite good at chatting, as you know.
Very good at chatting. We were chatting for a good 2 hours before we even kicked off here. But,
so I think, but thanks for asking me.
No, that is fine. And I think hopefully the podcast becomes a huge worldwide success. And we'll come back and we'll do a bit more on the Rio, and we'll do a bit more on how the Rio started as a cinema way back in 1939.
That's right, because we've got a lot to say about that.
Tons to say. But for today, Betty, thank you very much.
And thank you, Simon.
No problem.
That's fine.
Pop into the Rio. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
All the best. Bye. Yay! And there we go. That was Betty from the... It was, wasn't it? She's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And, her and Mike have both, really built up that place, and it is it's an amazing place to go, and there's lots going on, and it helps loads of people, and Betty works there, and all the helpers and everything that go there. If you've not gone there, do go there. Okay,
it's even an interesting building to sort of in the corner. You wouldn't expect to see that form of.
No, I think it's one of the.
Art decor.
I think it's almost like I don't think it's not listed, but I mean it should be.
Yeah,
it's a real treasure. You know, and it's owned by the people of Newport, as Betty just said there. It's not owned by the council. It is owned by the residents of Newport.
That's amazing.
That's and Galdron. Yeah. So yeah, it's good.
If all the houses blew down or fell or exploded and there was only the Rio left, we could always move to the Rio.
We could do that. Yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Be a different feel. We could do that.
That's a quirky place.
Yeah. But we could. But I could probably sing a couple of songs. Actually, I could sing a couple of songs if everyone was in the Rio. Yeah, we could do that. But anyway,
9,000 people.
Yeah, I'm sure we could fit everybody in. But
the more the merrier.
And I think we'll probably talk more about the Rio as weeks go on. Okay, we'll do a little feature on the Rio and what have you. But that was Betty, and that was our first interview, and I think a very good one.
Yeah,
on Betty's part. But it was a fantastic.
You were quite good as well.
It was all right. Yeah. It's a first go. But look, ladies and gentlemen, so let's just recap slightly just at the end. So to get in contact with us, it's Newport-on-TayTV @gmail.com, and on the next episode we will have a jingle for that. Okay, we will have a jingle for that next time. But Newport-on-TayTV @gmail.com. I'm sure there'll be a link under the thing you're listening to which will have all the details on it anyway, okay? But do write in, let us know what you want to hear, let us know, remember, if you've been to a different Newport, and let us know how far away it is that you're listening, okay? And we will read the letters out, unless we're overwhelmed, we'll read all your letters out next week, or emails out should I say, and if your name's read out, you get a Newport-on-Tay pencil. It's a bit like Cracker Jack, isn't it? We've ripped that off. But anyway, you'll get a Newport-on-Tay pencil. So, look, thank you so much for your company today, wherever you've been listening.
It's a pleasure.
Been really nice, isn't it? I've actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. We're just doing it, so, and maybe in the future we'll do little tours of Newport-on-Tay towers. I'm calling it towers now.
No, towers is good.
Yeah, towers is good. It's a broadcasting house, I was going to say, but
Newport-on-Tay TV Towers.
Newport-on-Tay TV Tower Broadcasting House.
Yes, that's it.
We've got it all. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. And what we're going to do is we're going to fit now. Did you manage to write a little song about the streets?
Yes.
With no pavements?
I do. Yeah.
Shall we sing it to end the show?
I think we should.
Okay, thanks very much everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time. And here's our song, Where the Streets Have No Pavements. Where the streets have no pavements, where the streets have no pavements, they can't build them, there is no room. There is no room, you better be careful. Watch what you do. I would go there with you. But the streets have no pavement.